right, so, well, thanks a lot. I will not answer the question on the optimal level of inflation or interest rates. I'll leave this to other distinguished panelists to do that. I'll start by acknowledging the President and Fellows of Imani, the Registrar General, representatives of the Association of Women Entrepreneurs, the Ghana Bar Association, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, the Private Enterprise Federation, the Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, representatives of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, of the Economics and Statistics Department of Ghana Statistical Services, other development partners, the media, and you all. Well, first of all, on behalf of the World Bank Group and the country director, Pierre Laporte, who couldn't be here today, let me thank Imani and GIZ for organizing this discussion. I'll talk in some detail about the topics that are listed on the screen right there. But before that, let me first reflect on the overall context and the economy. As you know, COVID-19 has been a major shock to growth in the economy. The economy suffered a lot in 2020. We had projected growth at 5.8% before COVID. It turned out to be 0.4%. And while we're projecting a sharp rebound of growth in 2021, this is almost mechanical, right? Given the base effects at play. So I think the real question is whether the shock was only temporary or whether there's deep economic scarring that occurred and whether we're looking at a more subdued growth rate for the foreseeable future. And to answer that question, it's useful to think about what happened to firms during the crisis. What do we know? We have supported 2 rounds of business tracker surveys, according to which, as of a year ago, 8% of the firms we had initially surveyed had closed, and 80% of those firms that had remained open, and among those that had remained open, 80% had reported lower sales compared to the same period a year before. So in other words, about a fourth or so of firms only had not closed or lost business. And this is obviously quite significant. The implication is obviously that we need to pay particular attention to boosting the private sector if we want the recovery to be sustained and if we want to take the opportunity to build back better. In our views, that calls for significant upstream reforms and institutional strengthening efforts that we are supporting, as you may know, through a number of interventions, including the Ghana Economic Transformation Project, the Ghana Development Finance Project, and the Ghana Jobs and Skills Project. Now, with this overall introduction, let me touch on the points that will occupy the meeting for the rest of the day and which really make up the key elements of a healthy business environment. What are, in our view, the key bottlenecks to business registration? In Ghana, as in many other countries, we believe there is a lot of scope to, first of all, reduce compliance costs by streamlining the registration processes. This is because registration does not stop at company registration, but it means that it involves businesses dealing with the Metropolitan Authority, the Revenue Authority, the Social Security Administration, and these steps could be streamlined and integrated very, very usefully. Second thing is it's important to ensure there's a clear, objective, transparent, predictable licensing regime that facilitates the entry of firms and the operation of these firms within the market. And then quite a bit of scope as well to strengthen government-to-business services by improving coordination among the relevant institutions and providing better information to all participants. So to support these efforts over the past couple of years, the IFC has provided technical assistance, in particular to review the company's code, which was passed into law as the Companies Act, and for which implementation regulations are about to be gazetted. The Companies Act 2019, we feel, will pave the way to streamline business registration overall, in particular through creating a dedicated Office of the Registrar of Companies, supported through World Bank financing under the JET project I talked about. What about technological improvements that can be used to improve the business registration and regulation process? There's three broad directions I think we should think about. First is, of course, making all regulations and requirements easily accessible in one place online, and using digital platforms also to consult with the relevant stakeholders on how these regulations and requirements apply and their use. Second, on integrating regulatory delivery, and that's what I was talking about before, namely bringing the concept of single point of contact online, including for business registration, with all the relevant entities interconnected virtually, and really extending then the concept to e-licensing, e-construction permits, e-inspections, for example. And third, by leveraging technology to provide better monitoring and avenues for feedback in real time on implementation. The main challenges to property registration, the first step is really to have reliable land registries and cadasters. This is why we've supported the government's efforts to modernize land administration through 2 land administration projects complemented with IFC assistance. In particular, we supported the preparation of the Lands Act 2020 that clarifies, integrates previous legislation, and we're working with the government to provide also online services at the Lands Commission, including to allow the submission of property and land registration applications digitally, to submit digital copies of property documents, to make online payments and track applications online, all in real time. That being said, there's still a lot of work to ensure that the records of all registered private land are readily available, and that the coverage extends to as much of the country as possible, which is a challenge in Ghana as in many other countries, as you know. Finally, a lot of scope also to improve the business insolvency framework, which is critical in general, but particularly in the post-COVID-19 environment, where firms have suffered, and given the very high cost of credit that firms report in Ghana. In this respect, I'll just flag the fact that the current insolvency framework was recently modernized, again with technical assistance from the IFC, and that the challenge is really now to implement it. We're working with the Registrar General's Department and with GARIA, the Association of Restructuring and Insolvency Advisors, and the Attorney General's Office to finalize the draft regulation of the Act and provide comprehensive capacity building to practitioners. So I'll conclude in saying, first of all, thank you for inviting us on behalf of Pierre, saying that we are always there to support the government of Ghana in these efforts, and thanking you for your attention. Thank you very much.